Pretty much this area, I'll just simplify it real quick. This area here is a symbol for the multimeter. So that's showing your VBE from point B to E.
Uh-huh.
The same for here. This is the symbol for the voltmeter. This is showing you the measurement from C to E. Then each node or circuit, it has the ability to show the current and the voltage. So that's what you see right here. This is as if a multimeter has been hooked up. The same for this node or circuit and this circuit. So the values for the circuit are listed, IEVE, the same as IB, VB.
Yeah,
See,
this software is very, very good.
yeah, it helps a little bit. Same with ICVC. And then, like I said, this was the circuit that Mr. Ty went over last night. So I just made a simulation of it. It's the bipolar transistor. So for each formula, you'll be able to locate where VRB is, and then also the DM measurement across the resistor component. IB, there's your IB right here. The same for IC. Follow the formula, then locate where the circuit name is, or the value of the circuit name is. The same up here. This is the DM, so that's the voltage drop across this resistor or this component. So it's all labeled. All the formula is labeled. Just make sure you find the specific name that the formula applies to: VRC, IC, VCC, VC. They're all indicated, so you can find the values, and then also apply them to the formula. Each one of them's labeled.
What program is this? What?
This is in the class website. There's I believe it's. Let me go there real quick, just to make sure. It's under references and miscellaneous. It's analog animations, and it's basically the website for Falstad. So you go to you basically just go to the class website and go to references and click on analog animations, and then the Falstad website will pop up, and then let me stop sharing this so that you can actually see it, and I'll walk you through it real quick.
That's okay. That's enough information.
So you should see the class website. Go to references and go down to analog animations. Click on it. Then up in the right hand corner it says use the full applet. You click on this, and you'll have the screen open up here. Just click on full menu or full screen, and you'll get a full screen. From here, a lot of the circuits that you design, basically click on draw, and you can find all the components. But the most important part is to save your file as much as possible. Mainly because if you accidentally hit your keyboard, it's a good chance you can erase your circuit. It's got a few issues to where you just got to be careful not to hit your keyboard. So in order to save the file, there's several ways to do it. This isn't necessarily the same as clicking on save and using the location in your directory and typing a name. You have these options here on the left. You can export it as a link, which means that the circuit you just drawed right here, you'll get a link for it. Just open up Notepad, copy the link, and then in Notepad, you'll paste your link for the file you just made here. Now, all you have to do is, once you close this program out, or like say you delete it, right? I'll go to Notepad and copy the link. I'll go up here and I'll paste it, and your circuit will pop back up. All right, that's just one particular way of saving through a link. I'll delete this. Well, let me keep it there for a minute so I can show this other way. The other way is to export as a text. So you click on export and you get this like a machine data file, right? You want to copy all the information for that data, select and copy it, and go back to Notepad and paste it. Now all those X and Y values are representing a location and the name of your component. All you have to do is save the file name. Like say you want to load it. So go back, I'll delete this. You go to file and you want to import, which means you want to load your file from your computer. So I want to import the text. This empty box will pop up. Just go to Notepad, select all and copy. Make sure you click inside the box and paste it. And then your circuit pops up. So it's a little bit different in the saving process. And for each component, you can apply different types of scopes. You can delete each one of these. If I want to see the inductor, I can say I want to view it in scope, and then click on properties, and you'll have different oscilloscope settings. So if I don't want to see the current, I can turn the current off. If I don't want to see the voltage, I can turn the voltage off. Then I can stretch it out the same as your standard oscilloscope. So there's different little toys, tools, excuse me, that you can play with. Just load the program and just sit and play with it for an hour, 2 hours, or all day whenever you have time. And you could, I'm sure this could help you resolve what I try to do is I use MSIM, I use FileStat, and I use PSpice. So PSpice is what the instructors want you to use as well as MSIM. I use whatever software I can just to help myself learn how a circuit may work. But also at the same time, I try to confirm any of my data, any of my values. And each component has the ability to be changed. So that's all you got to do is click on it and change the value. It has all the transistors. Here's your transistors here. Your power supplies. And once you get into digital, there's a few components that you can play with once you understand digital or Tech 2. But other than that, you just have to just play around with it. You can put together Ohm's law circuits. If you go back to the classroom website, go to references, go back down analog animations, this whole menu will pop up. It's something that the instructors have showed you before. There's already pre-designed circuits. So you have multiple options to help you with the different instructions for the class. You just have to play with it and figure it out. That's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to do, Mr. Todd. I mean, Mr. Fan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Really cool. Thanks.
So, Mr. Pham, how did that D-Lab 2 turn out?
Yeah, that already uploaded.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
And one last thing, what did you want us to download?
You download that file.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Sorry, which the lab was updated?
Yeah,
D-Lab
that
2.
downloaded. Today will be okay. I already corrected.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so today will be just a software, okay? And you understand, if you don't know much about a computer and a software, you cannot be a technician. The thing is, everything now in the company, they're using computer for testing, okay? If you have to learn how to working with the computer, I can give you the example here, okay? If you want to organize your computer, okay? Then in your C drive, you must get the directory ETT. Under ETT, you must get the before that one. I forget one thing. You're supposed to get Spring. Okay? And then after you get Spring, under that, you're supposed to get another for Take One. That means Take One will be inside Spring. And Take One, you can get assignment folder, handout, quiz, calculation, or test. So when you download anything, you can download into that folder. Okay? Have to know how to organize it. computer in the company doing the same thing. Okay, they get organized. If you screw up, that means they not let you do it. So today we will concentrate on this software. That's a Visual C++. If you open the book, the textbook for electronics, and also they have to get a calculation program, but they're using very old language like BASIC. Sometimes Pascal, that's a different language, but they're too old. Now they're not using. We're up to date. We're using C++. Okay. If you want to learn more, you can go to the Microsoft certification. Cost you $1,500 for 1 week. After the training for 1 week, no matter you understand or not, no test, and you get the certificate. The reason they not given the test, the thing is, if you fail, then what happened? They don't care. The thing is you pay for. Myself, I already got through that training. After 1 week, I know nothing. But the company pay for. However, my experience is read it over and over. Okay? Now, for this, they say two key concepts in OOP are the objects and the classes. What OOP stand for?
Objective operation.
Object oriented
Program.
Programming.
Okay, that you must know. Otherwise, you on your resume you say you learning C++, and they just asking you what stand for OOP. You don't know. That will be object oriented programming. Developed because limitation was discovered in earlier approach to the programming. That means in the past you get Pascal, C, Basic, Fortran, or similar. They get a lot of problems. So that's why they get a new one. Okay. The object-oriented approach, that's a fundamental idea behind object-oriented language, is to combine into single unit both the data and the function. Okay, so try to recognize what is a data or what is a function. If you go into your ATM, they will be asking you the PIN number, okay? And then they display the message. Enter number 1 for deposit, number 2, okay, for withdraw, number 3 for transfer, and number 4 for quit. That means each one will be a function. Okay, like you say you want to deposit. That is a function. Deposit will be doing what? They will be asking you how much you want deposit. And you enter, and now they will be adding that into your account. If you get $100, you deposit $100, you get $200. So the money, that is the data. Okay? So this combine between the data and also the function. In C++, this is the first one, introduction. That means given you the pictures, okay, what's going on, how to do it with the C++ software. And inside that, they can get a few more chapter, okay, like, they can get an array, okay, and function, and the class, and so on. However, we don't have to go too much thing, except you need to know about the function, okay? Now, an object function called a member function typically provide only way you able to access the data. Cannot access data directly, the data will be hidden, okay? That means your account, your money never, if you don't, nobody can know it, okay? Except you get the way to get into that. Data and its function are said to be encapsulated. So you have to understand what that means when they're talking about C++. Encapsulation, that means they combine between the function and your data. Okay? Without that function, you cannot get into your data. Okay? Data encapsulation and a data hiding. That's the key term in the description of the object-oriented language. In C++, program typically consider of number of objects which communicate with each other by calling one other's member function. Normally, the program have to be made by a small program, okay? They don't try to make a really big program for everything. They have to be separated. Like you want to deposit, you get a deposit function. You want to withdraw, then you have to get a function withdrawal. That means on that function, you want to withdraw 100, and the first thing what they do, they go to take in your account to see how much you get. If it's enough money, then they let you get money. Then they have to subtract that money you get from your account. That is a function supposed to do. Okay? Data item refer to instant variable. Calling an object member function, it refers to as sending a message to the object in OOP. Object are member of the class. That's a different chapter for the class. Okay? We don't care about that thing. Now, this is a process either for engineering or technician. Okay? When you want to develop the software. First thing we start, edit the source code. What that mean? You understand what they're telling you, edit the source code.
That's your programming, isn't it?
That means you get into Visual and you start typing your code, right? That means you're typing your program, edit it. And after you're done, then you go to compile. Compiler will be checked to see you following the rules for this software. Okay? So they say, is it compile errors? So if you get an error, you say, okay, yes, I get error, what you like to do? you go back to your program and try to fix it, correct it. Okay? If you still get error, you have to fix until you get no. Okay? When you get 0 error, then now you execution. When you execution, if you get an error, you have to fix again. If it's not, that means they will be telling you what the output coming. So basically, in this software using for either e-calculation program or for the DLab, we're doing the same way. You edit your program, then you compile. If you get an error, you must be fixed. Okay, until 0 error. And now your execution. That means you run coming out whatever you want. It's correct. I given you the example. You write a program to adding two number. That means one number be 2, another number is 5. When you compile, they say no error. However, when you try to run, the answer is not 5. The answer will be 6. Okay? That means you get an error during your execution. This is very, very tough to fix the problem. Okay? Except you know how debugger in order to fix this kind of problem. Normally, we don't hit into that much. You compile, no error, support they will be doing what you want to do. Okay? Reliability, every C++ program has a function in the main. Whoever already done for this software, you're doing DLab or you're doing e-calculation, you can see the main open and a close here mean this is the function, no matter what name. However, in this software, this is the function you will be stuck with, okay? A function is a block of code that perform one or more action, okay? Usual functions are invoked or called by other functions. That means you get the function, and when you need it, you can call that function to do it for you. Main function is special. When your program stuck, main function is called automatically. That means every software program in the C++, you will be stuck with the main function. All the function begin with open brace, and they must end with closing brace. Okay? Comments. Normally, when the people doing with the programming, then you must know how to using the comments. That means free writing. Compiler, when they compile, they ignore whatever you put like a comments. They don't care. They don't check it. Now, comments are simply text that is ignored by the compiler. But that may inform the reader of what you are doing at any particular point in your program. Normally, we're working for the government. That means I have to write a program to show up for them. Government require every time, whatever line you're doing, you must be put a comment on that what you are doing. Try to explain what you are going to do. Okay, that's requirement. The reason is sometimes later on, someone else take over that program. Then they need to look into the comments to see what's going on so they know what to do. Otherwise, take a lot of time to figure out what's going on. Okay. Tie up the comments. You get 2 ways, okay, to do your comment. Just a minute, I want to get this one. Okay, now I can share to you here. Can you read it?
Yes.
Okay, you see that star, slot and slot. That means comments. On that one, you can write anything you want. The compiler not checking. Okay. If you want another comment, you have to go to the next line and put slot right here. And you can write whatever you want. Okay. Now, another way to get the comments. Okay, you get a star here and a slot here and the star. Okay, and now you can write whatever here, doesn't matter. Then you can go type whatever here. Go. But finally, you have to get the star and the slot. Okay, so that's 2 different types of comments. Who know what the difference between this type here, first one, and the second one?
Single line and paragraph.
Perfect. The first one is type the comment just single line only. If you want another, you have to put the slot and slot again. This is the type of comment you can write too many things you want, but you start with the slot, star, and have to be add. Okay, so that will be one will be single line and one will be too many lines. Okay, that's what they said right here. Double slot. Okay, or start with a slot and. Function. That's what we not go into detail now. That's a different chapter. One of the fundamental of C++ program can be part of the class which can call a member function, can be independent from the class. C++ must have one function no matter what. That's what they call a main function. Okay, parentheses, open, close. Following the word main are distinguished feature on the function. Now, I can tell you, when you say I equal 5, no. Okay, I equal 5. So basically, in the software, the computer don't understand what is 8. Okay, so now I can telling you inside the computer, we're talking about memory. Okay, so when you buy the computer, you must know how much memory you want, right? For gigabyte, 8 gigabyte, or 16 gigabyte. Okay, now I'm just talking about 4 gigabyte. Okay, 4 giga. What power for giga?
10 to the 9.
What 10 power?
9.
9. Perfect. That means you get 4 times 10 power of 9
Hey, Mr. Pham, did you say giga?
giga.
Isn't that 12? And is it nano 9?
Now, I think giga is 9. If you want to know, you open the DC, basic
Yeah,
for DC.
I'll check it out later.
Yeah, that doesn't matter to me for now. Just telling you 4 times 10 power of 9 by. That means time by.
It's actually byte, B-Y-T-E.
So basically, they're just telling you how big your memory. Okay? By mean 8-bit. So you can get a 4 times 10 power of 9 times 8-bit. So that's telling you the total capacity of your memory. I can give you the simple example. When you typing a letter A, they require 8-bit for one letter. So if you get a 4 gigabyte, that means 4 times 10 power of 9 times 8-bit. So you divide to 8, you can see your memory able to handle how many letters. Okay? So more memory, then the computer run faster. Okay? And then now I can telling you what is going on. When you stack your turn on your computer, what happened? First thing is you can see a window. Okay? You can see the window. That means the computer will be reading on of the data you make the window load into this memory. And now if you want to do a P-spy, you click on the P-spy, then the P-spy, okay, will also loading into the memory for you guys to do P-spy job. That will be telling you one thing. Everything you want to do, they must be loading into the memory. So when I say x equal to 5, now what is x? I want to see who get already knowledge on that. What is x here?
Variable.
Memory address.
Perfect. Now I say x is a variable. Okay. I want to know what another way. What is height?
It's a reference to a memory location.
On the basic hardware, height basically just an address. You understand in the computer, okay? Just the address. If you get a computer only 3 wire, how many address you get? You can get 2 power of 3, you get only 8 address. And a computer 8-bit, 2 power of 8. Then you get 250 address inside. And if you get 16, 2 power 16, 2 power 32, or 2 power 64, that's just address. So when I say x equal to 5, what that mean? That means they take the number 5 and put it in the address name 8. Okay? So that's why later on, okay, you say y equal to times 8. Then you already know what they will be equal, right? They will be equal 10. That means the computer will be go into the location 8, address 8 here. They get a data that means 5, and they time to 2, and they get a 10. And 10 now will be stored into the location y. So if you bring it out y will be bring it out number 10. So that will be telling you inside the computer. The people don't know much about the computer when you try to working with your computer. Okay, you run PSpy, then you run MSIM7, then you run for C++. So everything you run it, they must be stored in the memory. Okay, and more data in the memory, your computer slow down. Especially you can see a virus, when they run it, you didn't see. They run in the back of your computer. That will be slow down your computer. So normally the way they want, if you open the one program doing thing, later on you don't need it, you can be exit it or minimize it, okay? So the other thing I want you also to know, okay, if I say Nancy, okay, and I say Nancy, okay, what is the first one?
Variable.
That will be variable, okay, or address in the computer. The thing is the computer inside, they're using 0 and 1, okay? They're using 0 and 1, and you don't know anything about 0 and 1. So that's why they have to using alpha beta, so the human can recognize. but they will be the same address or location in the memory in your computer. Okay, the next one, what is it?
Function.
Function. That is, you make sure you understand. Whenever you see open and a close, they must be a function. Okay? And even in your program have a no function, they still get a function they call a man. Okay, now when you get a function, then first thing you must to open the brace. Okay? Inside that function, you can type in whatever you want. Okay? Okay, for example, I say integer, X or whatever, and keep typing. However, when you open the brace, then they must be closed. If you missing close, you get error right away. Okay, so inside that here, they call a block of code. Okay, block of code means they must be start with an open brace and end with closing brace. Some people not understand when they try to edit the program, they forget to enter close. Okay, so when they compile, they telling you get one error. And we say, okay, I say you open, why you not close? So now you close. And then you compile, they given you 20 errors. Why? Why that happen? The thing is, the compiler, they get the priority, which one will be checked first, and the next one. So the first thing they say, you open, I'm looking for where you close. If it's not, then I let you know, you get error, one error. So after you fix that error, and now they will be go to inside your typing here and check that why you get too many error inside. Okay? That normally you can hit into that. Okay, let's see. Program statement is a fundamental unit of C++ programming. Each statement must be ended with semicolon. Okay, now you can see. I can say A equal B plus C. This is what we call a statement, expression. And they must end with semicolon. That is the must. Okay? If you're missing that, you get an error. Okay? And also they said while space ignore in C++. What that mean? Okay, while space. You can see. Now I get A equal. I can put a white space right here. Okay, and B plus C here. That's okay. On the other software, not okay. But in this software, they given you this option. They don't care what the white space right here. Okay. Now, string constant surrounded by quotation mark. For example, hello. You see the quotation mark here. Okay. So when you see that, you must be know that is string constant. That's the first recognize. Then you have to understand what's going on. They cannot be given any value while the program running. So anything inside the double quote in here, when you run the program, they cannot be changing. Whatever they display, hello, they display hello. Okay. Preprocessor directory. They start with the pound sign and without the semicolon. This is just the rules, okay, for this software. Basically, this software is just the formula, okay? You know how to follow it, you okay. Example, they say includes IO stream.h. IO means input output stream. .h. That means this is a the header in the library of the Microsoft they did ready for you. Include that means you can using whatever inside here, you don't have to write. Instruction to the compiler itself. Okay. Include directory. Tell the compiler insert another file into your source file. Header file IO stream.h is one of the header file. Like you want to solve an equation with this software, then you must be include the math.h into your program. So when you write the equation, they help you to solve it. Okay. Comment here we already done. Decoration and definition. A decoration introduces a variable's name into the program and specify its type. Okay, now if I type in A equal B plus C, computer will be asking you. They don't know what is A. So before you want to using A to contain something else, then you must be tell the compiler in a decoration. You say int A. Now, int means the type integer. Okay, this is the type. Int is integer. Okay, integer they inside the computer for 16-bit. Okay, for 16-bit computer. They given you the room. That means you can store from 30 minus 32,000. To 32,000. Okay, that's just a room inside the address inside the computer. Now, If you say A equal 400,000. And then you get a problem. Over. That means you say the type integer. They given you only room to store the number from minus 32,000 to 32,000. And you want to store 40,000. Okay? So that's why. That's overload. If you want it, you have to find a number get bigger. Instead, you say integer. Then you have to say double. That's another type. They given you bigger location can store the number. However, I want to tell you one thing. If you want to using a variable, they call a variable or address, then you must be tell in advance. That's what they call a declaration. You must say double A, integer A, okay? Different type. Later on, you can see the type, okay? So now, a declaration introduce variable name into the program and specify its type. They can be double, integer, okay, and character, whatever. Later on, you can see. If a declaration also set aside memory for variable, it is definition, okay? That means they will be set aside in computer. That means if you say integer A, they given you a location with the store number from minus 32,000 to 32,000. And you must declare variable type before you can using the variable. Okay? Variable names on uppercase or lowercase letter be okay. Digit from 1 to 9 and the underscore. Okay? The first character must be a letter. As long as desired, maximum 32 characters, okay, cannot using the keyword, like a for statement or whatever. Now, everyone already do it every day. You create the Yahoo account. They will be asking you username. That's just a variable. Then you have to follow these rules. Okay? That means you can enter any name, but they cannot start by the number. Have to be a character. Upper, lowercase, doesn't matter. Okay? And they go up to 32.
Mr. Fan, I have a question.
Yeah.
Could you please show an example of a declaration?
Okay. You have to going down when you go to the type. I can quickly go here. Okay. Let's see. You see that? The type here.
Yep.
Double. Okay. 8 byte. That's a very, very big. The value you can go 2.2 to power minus 308. Okay. This is the type. But
Okay.
we never up to that point. Okay. Normally we're using let, okay. Declaration here. Assignment statement equal. For example, VAR1 equal 20. The equal sign in a bold example got on the right to be assigned to the variable on the left. Okay, so that one equal here, you have to remember. That's what they call assignment. Okay, integer constant. The number 20th integer constant. there is no decimal point in the integer. For example, number 25, that's an integer constant. You cannot change it, okay? And also they not get the decimal point. The thing is you say integer. Output variation. Now, if you want to bring something in the part software they're using the print. However, in this software they're using cout and double arrow. For example, I say cout. Okay. What that symbol? What the name? Who knows?
Console out,
It's character out.
it's console out.
What the operator name?
Print out.
No,
It's
that's
Last
not.
fan, last fan.
You understand they will be displayed. But I want to know what the operator. You will be seeing
Equals.
in the handout today. They call it instruction operator. Okay. Now, that's what you know. You're learning this software. You have to get along with that. Okay. What is the operator? Okay, so after today, make sure you try read it, the handout over and over 100 times. Highlight what you need to memorize. Whatever I'm talking now will be included inside this handout. Operator means a symbol. Tell computer what to do. Now, I've given you an example. Normally, they type in this operator here. You know what that operator?
multiplication.
That will be multiply, right? For example, you say 8 times 3. You know that equals 18, correct? So, the multiply operator here telling you what, tell the computer what. That means they tell the computer, let's take the value 6 and multiply with the value 3. Okay, and give you the answer. So this is what they call an operator, multiplier. And this will be called insertion operator. That means inserted display, whatever. Okay? And they can get another one. You can get that one. Ha! What operator? Who knows? You don't know. Extraction operator. Okay? For example, you write the program display. You can asking the people, how old are you? Okay. Okay. Then they will be enter, like I say, 55, 50, 45. Then you have to stop the program here, waiting for the people to enter. So that's why they can doing this one. They can using C in, okay, and they will be go this way. Okay, my is. So when you enter 55, they put the number 55 into the variable name, my age. Okay, they using a C in. That means they stop right there and try to waiting for your enter. That's what we call extraction operator. Just a formula, nothing else. Okay. Now, output variation. Example, cout. That means print. Double the value of variable. What is it here? What that? Tell me what the name for this. The value.
String. It's a
Integer.
string.
They will be a string constant, right? I just telling you, when they inside double quote, right? They will be a string constant. And when they bring it out, they bring whatever inside. Doesn't matter. Okay? Then now you get another instruction here. var1. What they bring?
First variable.
They bring the value of var1. That means before you say var1 equal 10, then they bring number 10. Okay? They bring the content inside variable. You see that? The above example will display the value of var1. Character variable. Keyword character, they're using only 1 byte of memory. Character constant. Okay? Character constant is single quotation mark around, okay, a character. For example, you get a single quotation, okay, and they call a character, and will be stored at decimal in ASCII. You understand ASCII, right? American Standard Code Interchange. If you go into the Google, type ASCII, they can telling you letter A, what the 8-bit equal binary. Okay, what 8 equal? That means on your keyboard, they get that table. So that's why when you typing a letter A, your keyboard will be converting to 0 and 1 so the computer can understand. Okay? Initialization. Variable can be initialized by the same time they be defined. That means you say integer I, that means decoration. Okay? And also you put equal number 10. That means you can initialize. Right at the time you make a decoration. Okay, add cap sequence here. We don't care for our job right now. variable, okay? Variable is a location in your computer memory. So that's why when you say integer x will be called a variable. However, for understand on the hardware side, they just a location in your computer memory, okay? In which you can store value and from which later you can retrieve it, that value. That means they store in the memory, you can write data into that memory. You can read the data from that address. And this is a fundamental the tie here, okay? Inside, they are giving you 0 to 65,000, okay? Short integer minus 32 to 32. So basically, we don't care about this thing, okay? The thing is, the memory we're using is not big like that. Case sensitive. C++ is case sensitive. Uppercase and the lowercase letter are considered to be different. Now, I can give you example here. I say integer area, okay? And now, inside my main program, okay? Main, open, close, that function. And then you have to get the open brace, okay? Now you say area in equal 25. Then you will be close. Now, when you run on this one, you get error. You know why?
Is the declared variable is spelled differently from the program.
The thing is when
Capital
you
A.
declaration, you tell the compiler,
One is not.
Lowercase, uppercase.
see right here. When you tell the compiler, you get a variable area with a capital. And when you try to using that location to store 25, and the A here, lowercase. So that's why you get error. They're telling you, I don't understand what area here. Do not tell me. Okay? The reason that's why they say case sensitive. Uppercase have to be uppercase, lowercase have to be lowercase. Otherwise, you get error. To fix this problem here, either you change A here to capital, or you change A here to lowercase, then fix the problem. Okay? That's a very important. Case sensitive. Keyword, we don't care. You see, inside this software, they get an if statement. If I equal 5, what you want to do? Okay, or while, or for I equal 1 to 1,000, you're doing a for loop. Okay, or man, that means this one you cannot using at the variable. Type of keyword here, we don't care for now. Constant quantity, we don't care. We don't need that. Manipulator. Okay, manipulator are operate in with the instruction operator. Now they're talking about, you see that? That's what they call instruction operator. To modify or manipulate the way data is displayed. And another one, the end line. in and line. Okay, and line mean you want after this line you want to go to the next line. That's what we call and line. For example, I say area equal 25, and now I want to doing something on the next line. Then after that you can insertion. Okay, insertion operator, and you type and line. What happened? That means after this line, they not go to the next line here. They skip line. They not keep continue here. They can go to the next one, next line, and they doing something. Okay. If you not using the end line, whatever you typing in, they will be keep display after area equal 25. So end line means you go into the new line. Okay. In here, they already show you end line manipulator insert a new line at the same. If you want the new line, you can using that one. Double quotes slash and also like and line. Okay. Set W manipulator. We don't need that. That means when you typing, you set the tab. Okay. Enumerated constant. We don't care about that thing. More detail on the program. Statement we already done. White space we already done. Block and compound statement. That means they're telling you, okay, anything inside open bracket and a closing bracket, that's a lock of code. Okay. Every statement in the block must be end with semicolon. Okay. Expression. Anything that evaluates to a value in expression in C++. An expression is said to be return a value. For example, you get 6 times 3, they will be equal 18. That's a value they will be returned. An operator here, an operator is a symbol that causes the compiler to take an action. Operators are used to manipulate data, like perform calculation. Okay? The assignment operator cause the operand on the left side of the assignment operator to have the value to the value on the right side. Okay? For example, x equal a plus b. That means a plus and b and store into x. Okay? Mathematic operator. You want to adding, you using plus, subtracting minus, multiply, divided, modulus, increment and decrement. Increment operator plus plus. Increment the value by variable by 1. For example, in the past software they're using C equals C plus 1. However, in this software they're using C plus plus, then you must understand that will be C equals C plus 1. Okay? Decrease, same thing. C minus minus. In the past they're using C equals C minus 1. In this software they make a shortcut. C minus minus. Must be understand C equals C minus 1. Okay? And so on. You can read that. Okay? Prefix and postfix. If you're learning detail more in this software, then you can go into that thing. That means plus plus x, they call a prefix. X plus plus, they call a postfix. What a prefix? Prefix means increment x, then you can yield. That means x equal 5 plus x, that means x equal 6. You must be increment before you want to do anything. However, postfix x plus means yield then increment. That means x equal to 5, then when you want to doing x plus, they have to using value of x equal to 5 to do something, then they can increment. Okay, that's a different. Let's see. That's just a way. Scope for the operator precedent. That means which one the computer execute first. Dot here, that's the operator for the address, okay? Arrow here, also operator for the pointer. Direct membership, okay? Dot. That's why when you go into the website, you see, you type in keep dot and dot and dot and dot. That means that will be using to take you to that different location. Okay, they must be a dot. That's why you can see our website. You see electronic.com. Okay, dot, that means take you to that location. Function call postfix plus prefix minus multiply or modular. That means you want to multiply, and that will be more divided, and that will be modular. Okay, that means which one will be execute first. They have to be execute multiply before you want to add, or before you want to subtraction. Okay, logical for AND gate or not gate. We're not using that. Okay, and now if you want to say if x equal 10, then they must be 2 equal. Okay, not 1. If you get a 1 equal, what is it? That will be an assignment operator. Okay, so if you want to compare if x equal 10 or not, that means x equal. Not equal. Okay, this is a simple for not equal. If x not equal 10, if x greater than 10, okay, greater than or equal or less than, okay, and okay, so indirection operator that using in the chapter pointer in this software. We will not get up to that point yet, and we don't need that for electronic. If you want really go into this software detail, then you have to know. Okay, you want to AND gate, this is simple for AND gate. It's A and B, okay? OR gate, NOT gate, okay? That's for digital. Library function. Many activity in C++ carry by library function. This function perform file access, mathematics, computation, graphic, memory, everything. For example, to calculate the square of the number, then first you must include the math function. Then you're using a function square of whatever number. When you say square number 3, they given you number 9. Okay, that means function here, Microsoft already did it. Okay, when you want to using that function or to calculate the equation, whatever, then you must be include that math function. If statement, okay, this is the keyword, okay. If statement is used to test for condition and then execute section of code based on whether that condition is true or false. They're using a true, that means logic 1, a false, logic 0. The first statement here, if condition expression, what you want to do. For example, if direction equal east, that means you're driving, okay, on the road. And you ask the people, is it go to the east? They say yes. Then either you get lost or that is you get the right one. That means you want to go east, that's okay. That means true, okay? If you say, okay, I want to go west, that means you get lost. So that's why true will be a false, okay? That means do something. A next for if statement here. If condition, do something else, do something else. Very easy. We can say, I asking you, I ask you, is it a rainy outside? Okay, so the answer will be yes or no. So if it's yes, I say stay home. No, that means else. I say I can go to movie. That is a second statement for if condition, true or false, else what you want to do. This is just a formula. When you go to the software, you have to follow it. And also this another third form. If first condition, else if, next condition, else if. However, the last one must be else. You can get 10 else if, okay? However, the last one must be else. While loop causes your program to repeat the sequence of statements as long as starting condition remain true. That means in here, they just tell you why at like I less than 10. Keep doing. Okay, then increment 8. When 8 equal 10, they get out the loop. Just telling you how many times they keep doing over and over. Okay, and continue. Cause a while or for loop to begin again at the top of the loop. In the different software, they don't have a that continuing. They're using go-to statement. I given you the example. You go into the ATM, you enter the PIN, and they display the message 1 do what, 2 do what, 3 do what. You enter number 10. Okay? That means not display in the menu. Okay? So what happened? The computer will be display wrong enter. And after display wrong enter, they will be continue. Now they go back at the beginning, display again. They given you 3 times. After 3 times, and now they take your card. Okay? Break statement got the immediate end of while of a while or for loop. That means when you try to write the test program run 100 tests, 1 to 100. For some reason, you want to run up to test number 5 and you want to stop it. Then that's why you're using the break. Okay? When they see a break statement, they go to the end of that loop. Okay? That's why. Called the immediate end. Execution jump to the closing brace. Example of the break statement. You see that while whatever condition, and you open the brace and you close here. Okay, condition 1, you do it, then they break, they get out. Okay, if without a break, they display a second one. That's exactly inside your menu when you try to get into ATM. Number 1, deposit. Number 2, withdraw. Number 3, transfer. So if you enter number 1, after they do number 1, they must be break. They get out. Other without that break, they go into the next one. They say deposit. Okay, that not be happen. Okay, so you understand that break statement, that means they stop right away and they jump out of that closing break right here. Okay, do and while. Okay, the for loop, if you want it, following exactly cannot be different. I'd say for I equal 0, I less than 10, then you increment I equal I plus 1, and I bring hello. Okay, that will be telling you they doing 10 times. I equal 0, they doing 1 time. Then they increment to 1, do next one, increment 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, when they reach 10, they leave it. Okay, this is just the formula. You cannot get any different. Like this is a semicolon. Okay, just follow it and you can do switch statement. Okay, allow to branch to any of number different value. That means K number 1 do what, K number 2 do what. That's what they're using in, like I just talked to you, the menu in your bank account. One you want deposit, next you want to withdraw, and next you want to transfer what else. Okay, and that's what they must be using the switch. Okay, that is the last one. What I want to tell you, you try to get along with this software. Okay, that will be helping you to do the job in this program. Like we're doing e-calculation, we're doing the digital lab. Okay, and without that, and we cannot get the job done. Okay, so few minutes, I want to go asking you a few things. Make sure you read it over and over. Okay, first thing, any question? What I can help you?
Mr. Pham, do you have an example for what you're going to show for Tech 2 programming so that it looks a little bit more clear
Okay.
what you're trying to teach?
Now I try to doing for you e-calculation same way. Okay, I want to share that. I will teach you how to do it. Okay.
Mr. Pham, for information only and for everybody, the DLab 2 works now.
Yeah, you guys have to take your hand out. Okay, now this is the circuitry here. Okay, you can run simulation and you can get whatever you want. Mr. Lou is the master one. Okay, you can run MSIM7, PSPI, same thing. And now also you can write a program to doing a calculation for you. So on that one, I gave it to you. okay? If you're reading whatever here, okay? And you have to write your program. This is what we given to you. That number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? And value here, what the unit here, and this I also given you the formula. And this one they said, run C++ program, create new project, whatever here, okay? So now I can tell you, first thing I run Visual C+ here. Okay, what next? Click on
New project.
new project for every, either take two or one doing the same. And we get a Win32 console, okay? And now you have to type in the name. I can say E calculation. Whatever the name you want to type in it. That depending on your handout. Okay? Then you must be select where you want to store this project. You can browse in here. Okay? And you go to your C drive, for example, ETT, okay? And you can store in, for example, I say Spring here, that's okay for me. Select folder, okay? Then you click OK. Then you must be click Next. That must be uncheck it and check the empty project. That's just a process how to create a new project. Everyone have to exercise to get along. Then you click the Finish. Okay? Then now, from the e-calculation project here, right click, you say add new item. Okay? And this have to be C++ file. And now you go typing your name, e-calculation, we just typing. Okay, so now they give it to you. CPP file you able to typing in. However, I already gave it to you the sample. Okay, so now you can go into that sample. We see I open in the web. That's what I told you. Let's see, e-calculation text file. You can see that one. Okay, that means the text file on I told you to download, and now you copy that one. Click on that, Control A. Select everything. Then you will be Control C into your program here. Okay, now you go into your program. Control V. Paste them out. Uh-oh, I copy a wrong one. Let's see. Make sure I copy again. Okay, let's see. Control A. Control C. Okay. And now I go to my here. Okay. So that will be copy of my program for this lab for you. Okay. So normally you can edit it. Okay. Like programmer name, you can change to your name, not mine. Okay. Version date in here, you can change the date you want to do. And now, first thing you have to get what they call a decoration. Define a variable. For example, in this circuitry here, you can get a value here. R1, R2, RC, RE. Okay? Then you can make the decoration double R1. 12K, you cannot using kilo ohm here. They must be on ohm. So that's why this is a command you just learned. I just said R1 equal 12 kilo ohm. R2 equal 2 kilo ohm. RC equal 620 ohm. That means you have to declare on of the variable. VCC equal 30. Beta equal 150. VBE 0.7 volt. Okay, whatever variable inside your circuitry, you must be declared. Okay, then now you go into the main function, like we're talking. On-off function must be get a man. That one in here, you not just change what you need. For example, you want to change variation, variation date. That means what date to do. Date for 2019 spring. Take one. First name, last name. That needs to be changed. And that program name, whatever program name. Okay? And then you not do anything, okay, until you start right here. That's number one. First thing you say, that's number one. Title. Title means
Whatever you're calculating for, like
yeah, you
VB.
follow here.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what you need. That's number one. Title. Okay? I copy that one. Control C. And now I can paste into I can paste into here. Okay? That number one here. Okay? I can paste that out. However, you must be put a comment here. We don't want get an error. Now, I paste it out. First thing, title here. You see that? Then you can copy that one and put in here. Control V. Okay, then the formula. This is the formula right here. Okay, then you can copy and you can paste into formula here. Okay, expect value. This is the expect value right here. You typing 428. And the next one, this will be the unit. That will be VDC. And now you say, they want to calculate the VBB. You say double VBB, the formula. You copy that formula here. copy and you can paste into here. Control V. Okay. Then this is you just change. If you get a VBB here, then you typing VBB here. Then the rest no more. That is your job. Okay. So after you done for the first one, you can compile. Okay. You can build. Okay. If you get an error, then you have to fix. Now you get an error here. Let's see, going down to see what error. When you see a red one, double click on that. They're selling you. Okay. Oh, okay, I understand. That is IO.8. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Includes EDTIO.8, that's correct. Okay, so that I didn't see anything wrong, but they don't want it.
Hey, Mr. Pham, shouldn't you click on the error so the cursor will go to that
No,
line? and-
you click on that arrow, they take you into the IO.8.
You forgot to go to the property and you want to do the clear CLR. So click on your project, right click
okay.
on your project. Yeah.
Okay, we
Oh,
forget one
yeah.
more. Yeah. Right click in here, property. That on the step you have to do. Okay. And when you property, and you have to get the common language. Put that one down. Select CLR. Okay.
Apply.
Okay. That, on step must be do. And now I compile again. Okay, no error. I can run debug, start without debug. You see that? They say part test number 1, calculation. Okay? And that's done. Now, what you need to do, after you done the first one, okay, you copy test number 1. I do one more here. Copy that one. And you can paste them out here. Control V. Change test number 1 to test number 2. Okay, then now you go into your Excel. Okay, copy number 2. Here, highlight that. Copy. Okay, then this is the formula right here, test number 2. Okay, you paste that out, giving you information. Okay, so now test 2 will be calculate DCS meter. Then you copy. Copy title here. Copy, paste them out here. Control V. Okay. Then the formula. This is the formula right here. Copy the formula, paste them out here. Okay, expect value 3.5. Let's see, copy, paste them out here. Okay, unit VDC, correct? And now the formula. You copy that formula here to do the calculation right here. Okay, now calculation value must be changed VBB to VE. Okay, that's it. Now you compile and run. Okay, debugger without debugger. See that? You want to do a next test, just do exactly the same way. However, what I want to make sure you understand is the process to create a new project. Okay, then you have to get along with that. You can do it right away without looking for anything. Okay, normally you already done for one program. Later on, when you create a new project, just copy that one, paste them out to the new one, change what you need to change. That's a very, very simple thing. Okay, any more question, anything? You understand when you do a digital lab, you do the same way. You have to know how to get into your create new project. Then after you get your new project, you want to edit it, you just copy the one program already done. Then you change what you need to change. You don't supposed to be keep typing every line, no. This just a basically test program in any company the same way. Just apply then measure, okay? Or, for this calculation here, they're using a different language, but that's too old. We're not using anymore, okay? They want to change, not easy. So that's why City College downstairs, they want to follow what we're doing here, but they cannot make it. They so behind 10 to 15 years. Okay, any question? Otherwise, that's good enough.
It's a lot of information.
I know it takes you a time to learn for this software, but I said keep reading, exercise it for a while, you can get along.
You're giving me a headache.
For sure, But the thing is, like myself, I get older, so I keep my brain keep working.
Exercise.
Yeah, I have to. I still memorize whatever we did for a lot over 35 years. No big deal. Okay. So
I have a suggestion for people without programming experience. San Diego Community College District offers programming courses. I know Python, which is very similar to C++, but it's an interpreted program rather than compiled. And I think they might have a C++ program. So if you have no programming experience at all and are confused, I would suggest signing up for a basic programming class.
Yeah, that depend on different program. And this is general program. They can get a different type to do for electronic. I know. However, I based on the company. Company normally they using C++ to do most of the thing. And you can go into the college, you can take the course, different course software. But depending on your application, you want to be a technician. That's what I want to know about C++. The thing engineer, like my company, we wrote program to test the circuitry. We're using C++ software.
Okay.
Okay? So if it's not, then we'll see you guys next week. Next week we can get only one quiz for a week, and that quiz must be uploaded after we done in order to get the credit. After I try to give you the answer, you upload, you get C only, maximum. Okay? So I want to keep you guys a little busy.
We're real busy, Mr. Pham.
You can see I running 2 classes. I work 8 hours a day, still not done. So that's why sometimes you can see I get a typo error. I get some mistake, copy, paste. So you already told me I did wrong. I already fixed that. I upload already.
Now that's just copy paste, like you said. Anybody makes that, Mr. Pham, because if you copy paste a lot or type a lot, you're going to make some errors. That's just natural.
Well, when you compare the online teaching to going to the classroom, the lab volts help a lot. The simulation online, it's kind of difficult, but you're still receiving the knowledge base. As far as I'm concerned, the online class, the instructors are doing really well. It's just that lab volts. The lab volt's really helpful. It helps a lot of hands-on training, like
Yeah.
Mr. Tai.
Yeah, that's the only way we can do. Okay, on the next board.
The same with those breadboards. You know, the programming you're teaching right now, Mr. Pham, that helps. But like what me and Joe have been able to experience is we've been able to build the boards and then run the programs. That's a lot different experience. So the students haven't experienced the hands-on yet. So that's where it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, to now understand the problem here, we bought only one camcorder, and on another thing, only support for the meter tide, he can do the level. Okay, if I get that, I am going to buy a same thing. Okay, then I can show you more detail on the digital lab.
Yeah, the multi-sim 7 and the P-Spice also, that's fun as well. That's good too.
Yeah, but the thing is, when we get a camcorder, you know, we can display equipment. The thing is, in the very near future, we return to the class. So we don't have a class meter time. Only my class on the lecture, your guy will be doing the lab in the classroom. And meter time just a lab instructor. And the other instructor lab, they must be in the lab. Like Sam also, they must be in the lab. Okay. Only thing myself, okay, a class about 50, 60 students cannot be inside in one room. So that's why still be online. But you get only 1 day a week. And the rest,
Plus, it's free, and you have engineers that are teaching the knowledge, and that's very fortunate to have the teachers and engineers
yeah,
teaching for free, basically.
That's what you need, the basic understanding. Lab is easy. After a while, you know how to use your equipment.
Thank you,
Then
Mr.
it's not
Pham.
a big deal.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pham.
Okay, we'll see you guys.
Okay,
Bye.
Right.
bye.